What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubae here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today I was hoping you guys were going to enjoy what we're going to be talking about, which might be the stupidest thing I've ever heard being complained about in my life. Someone is upset that an air ambulance flew overhead at 4 a.m.
Nice rack and her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million.
Alright, what's going on? I feel like there's certain things that, you just kind of have to accept might make loud noises when you live near a place. If you live near a hospital, there's a pretty good chance there's gonna be a helicopter coming to save somebody's life flying overhead late into the night, and you just kinda gotta accept that. Because yes, while we all agree that a helicopter flying overhead at 4 a.m. can be kind of annoying, it's not like it's a joyride over the middle of the town for giggles. Someone's in the ambulance on their way to the hospital. Bad enough where they had to be helicopter flighted to the hospital. I feel like that's a horrible time to be complaining. I promise you that person on the helicopter has way bigger problems than being woken up at 4 a.m. Hampshire Air Ambulance branded inconsiderate for 4 a.m. flight. I just can't ever imagine complaining about this seriously, right? Like, it's one thing right when it wakes you up at 4 in the morning to be kind of annoyed, right? Like, oh, that sucks. But then you kind of realize that it's an air ambulance and you kind of get over it. The person that, got upset about this literally took the time to write out a text to the charity to complain about how they're flying the helicopter at 4 a.m. And at what point is that just, too mean, right? You're writing out this complaint about how you hate this charity that does airlifts to the hospital to save people's lives. At a certain point, you just kind of got to look at that text and reread it, and when you go, how dare you be saving someone's life at 4 in the morning, you should realize it's a really stupid thing to be complaining about. Like I said, I'm sure that wakes you up, and for that little bit right when it wakes you up, I'm sure it's annoying, right? I'm not going to sit here and pretend that stuff waking you up at 4 a.m. is super awesome, but it's a different thing to literally take that complaint to the point where you're complaining to the charity that saves people's lives that they shouldn't be doing it, because you're aware of the fact that what they're doing is literally saving lives, right? Basically complaining about the fact that you would rather get your beauty sleep than have someone be alive. And I promise you that your beauty sleep is not more important than someone literally being alive. Hampshire Air Ambulance has received message of support on social media after it was labeled inconsiderate for waking up residents while on a late night shout. The life-saving charity, which is based at Thruxton, received a complaint from a resident following a call out at 4 a.m. on Saturday. So yeah, this is a little bit older, but this is just kind of my thought on this. It doesn't say who did it, but to whatever man, lady that wrote this complaint, just imagine if it was your family member in that ambulance, right? Obviously, if they're getting airlifted to a hospital at 4 in the morning, things aren't going very well. If that was your brother, dude, how would you feel about somebody complaining about the fact that the helicopter was too loud? You would probably want to tell that person to go eat something that is, you know what? You tell them to go eat spotted dick. That's a UK thing, right? I just don't necessarily understand how you could complain about an ambulance making noise, dude. Because, I don't know. I've had a lot of family members spend time in the hospital. Maybe that's why I think about it this way. It's not a very fun place to be, bro. If your family member's in the hospital, it sucks. If you're going to the hospital, it sucks even more. The last thing that they should be worrying about is whether or not they're waking people up underneath them. Because I promise you that person's just got way bigger issues going on, man. You're getting airlifted to the hospital. They don't do that for a broken arm, I don't think they're airlifting people to the hospital because they stubbed their toe. If they're getting to the point where they're medevacing someone, it's a very serious medical issue. And on top of all of that, it's not even it's the hospital. It's a charity. So on top of dookieing on a hospital trying to save somebody's life, you're also pooping on a charity that's wow, this is life-saving work and somebody has to do it. No one's stepping up to the plate, but we will. All around. Why did you have to dunk on them? Imagine if this is your dad, dude. Your dad's the person that wrote this text. Imagine the shame you have to feel. If I found out that my dad was out there following ambulances and blowing air horns at them to get back at them for having loud sirens, I'd be like, what are you doing, dude? The air ambulance was asked to justify why it was flying so low as it's made a way to Southampton General Hospital, with the person then explaining they would no longer be donating to the charity. Hampshire Air Ambulance issued a response on social media explaining, Why did you fly so low? This is when you just draw a diagram for them, right? Because, like, you're already complaining about a helicopter flying at the hospital. We covered that. But they're probably flying low near the hospital because they're trying to land on it, you moron. Like, what? Usually when you're landing on a building, you gotta get kind of close to the building. Do you know what I mean? Like, they can't just plummet 5,000 feet out of the sky onto the building. I feel like that's not very good for the building or the helicopter. Obviously, they have to get lower as they get near the building. I understand that helicopters do have the ability to take off straight up and down, but like, you know, what? Do you expect them to go to the hospital, hover over the hospital, and then slowly come down just so they don't wake you up when it's way easier to already be kind of low? I don't know, man. This entire situation is just silly. This is when you just got to send them a diagram of like, this is the helicopter, this is the helipad. We have to get down from the sky to the helipad. I'm telling you, bro, whoever's parent this is, you better be like, Mom, what are you doing? And then on top of it, to like take away your donations to the charity because of it. You guys flew too low at 4 in the morning, so now I will no longer be giving money to this life-saving cause because you guys woke me up. Damn, bro, you really showed them. You taught them an absolutely massive lesson. I'm gonna be honest, this charity probably will stop operating. Who needs to fly helicopters when one person stops donating? It says that it's like $15,000 an hour to operate a helicopter, so I highly doubt that you, in your entire life of donating to this charity, ever paid for a helicopter ride. Like, apparently they're doing this all the time. This charity operates quite often. $15,000 an hour to operate a helicopter a day, whatever it is quite a bit of moolah. Unless you are literally like paying for this charity, you are just not making that big of a difference in the grand scheme of things, especially if you're going to be complaining about it at 4 a.m. And if you are making a big impact, like hypothetically, let's give this person the hugest benefit of the doubt. Let's say they've been donating millions. You're going to take away your millions of dollars from this charity that saves people's lives? Like, you're just going to want to be responsible for everyone that dies because of that? Okay, fine. That's on you then. We always try our best to be there for the people of Hampshire and the Isle of Wight, but messages like this really affects our team's morale. We're sorry our helicopter wakes people up at night, but it is not our intention to disrupt your evening, but rather save someone's life. Can you explain why you decided to fly at 17,050 feet from St. Mary's Hospital at Southampton General Hospital at 4 a.m. over residential properties, waking occupants? Inconsiderate. I think I will no longer be donating to your cause. All right, forget dad, bro. This is someone's grandpa. Someone's grandpa's really snapping out here, bro. How are you going to call them inconsiderate while also in the same text message getting mad at them for running a charity, bro? Like, the fact the irony didn't smack you upside the globe right there is pretty funny. Like, okay, yeah, they're the inconsiderate ones. The people running a medical charity that airlift people to the hospital are the ones that suck. Not the person complaining about them taking people to the hospital. No. You're the hero of this story. I understand that, like, it's 2021, everyone's kind of got their I'm the main character moment going on, but regardless, I feel like air ambulance is a good reminder that we're not all the main character, and at any point, we might be the person in the hospital. So overall, let's just not complain too much about them. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I'd really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought, and of course, subscribe if you're new. I'd really appreciate it. If you really want to help me out, I'll put a link to the intro song down below, along with a link to my podcast, The Scuffedcast, or you could use code Scrubae at the G Fuel checkout. I'd really appreciate it. And last but certainly not least, 2 things to plug. We got the Storytime Spotify. I'll put the link in the description. Be sure to check it out. You can listen offline, all that good stuff. And then we've got the Karen Christmas sweater. It's going to be at the top of the description, but if you love yourself Christmas sweaters and merch, then be sure to go check it out. I'd appreciate it too. And yeah, on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.